Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Weekend Conversations by the Eternal Quest in association with the Ahmedabad Book Club. And today we have a very special episode as we're celebrating International Women's Day. So we have three very beautiful women as our guests, and I welcome all of you.
Thank you so much for
Thank
inviting
you,
us.
Diti.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much for being
Diti.
here. So we have Anupama Dalmia, who is a multiple award-winning blogger, author, serial entrepreneur with three ventures, social influencer, creative writing mentor, choreographer, and mother to a 5-year-old. She is a Karmavir Chakra awardee, which is a global civilian honor presented by International Confederation of NGOs in association with the United Nations. She is a She Rose champion where she motivates a community of 15 million women and is also an Amazon approved influencer. She has been featured among the top bloggers and influencers of India on multiple leading platforms, and her entrepreneurial journey has been covered by coveted media like Official Humans of Hyderabad, The New Indian Express, Femina, The Better India, Women's Web, TOI Group, Infliglu, Youth Ki Awaz, and Your Story, to name a few. She is the only Indian who has been nominated in the category of Digital Transformation by Global Digital Women, which is a Berlin based international network of female digital pioneers at the Digital Women Leader Awards 2020. In 2020, she was conferred with the Sarojini Naidu International Award for Women 2020 for her contribution in the field of writing, social work, and entrepreneurship. Her literary works have been published on leading magazines, platforms, and newspapers of India. She has also contributed to international literary journals, and her poems, blogs, and fictional stories have been widely appreciated. And next up, we have Preeti Warrior, who has completed her master's in electronics engineering and is a professor in an engineering college. She is among the winners of the TOI Write India campaign Season 1 for the famous author Anita Nair. Her work can be found in anthologies like Arising from the Dust, Born Too Soon, Macabre Tales, Secret Diary, A Kaleidoscope of Asia, Sharing Lipstick, and Shattered. She is a regular blogger with Mom's Presso, Women's Web, Let's Make Stories, Beyond the Box Sharing Stories, and she enjoys writing 100-word stories and has garnered appreciation on many platforms. She also won second prize at Asian Literary Society's Gitesh Biva Memorial Awards 2020, and she resides in Mumbai with her husband and a son. And our third guest is Meera Bharat. So she describes herself as a dinosaur who is awake like an owl and leads a vampire life by weaving words to make a story. And as the Solar King arrives, she is a dino mom who runs behind her Homo sapien, Paw Patrol, and a kitty party. Plus, Matsya Rajas and Ranis who are busy adding. The irony is that she is a writer, trainer, and breeds NLP and storytelling. And to keep her sanity alive, she runs two communities on Facebook, which is Let's Make Stories Dino, which is a writing community, and another one is Maya Katha, a storytelling community. Welcome, all of you, and we're really honored and glad to have you today.
Thank
Thank
you,
you once
Diti.
again.
So, we're celebrating International Women's Day, which is on 8th March, and we're here to appreciate, to honor, and to celebrate the best part of the society. I am gonna say it very proudly, which are us, the women. So, starting off with, it's a normal human tendency that we appreciate someone based on their success stories and based on their hope, based on their faith. So, how would you relate to this? And we would like to know what keeps you going through all of this.
You can go first, Preeti.
Yeah, so okay. I mean, it's very true that, of course, when you read your work, by written and published by successful people, so when you read lots of blogs, you kind of get lots of ideas, and I mean, beautiful blogs about motherhood, about womanhood. So when you read all that, you kind of imbibe many ideas, you learn a lot from them, lots of advice you get, and you can kind of, try to implement it in your life also, maybe in parenting, maybe in the way you deal with your day-to-day life. So it is very important that you look up to someone's success and try to, of course, be like them. It helps. I mean, especially like Anupama and Meera, the other two people who are there with me. I admire them a lot. I mean, both of them have been, I have to say, I'm so glad that I'm here with them. I mean, two of my, what do you say, role models, I've seen them writing about many topics and I read them very often and I blog on their platforms also, Beyond the Box and Let's Make Stories. My favorite platforms, honestly. So, I mean, looking at both of them achieving so much, I mean, that gives me a lot of inspiration and a lot of advice and a lot of, faith in me being a woman that I can also perhaps be like them. Having said that, I also feel that we should never let any negative, jealousy kind of thing creep in our mind as women, because when I write something, I might find it very good, of course, but maybe one day it doesn't win as much, doesn't garner as much appreciation or doesn't win a prize. So I think we should never be, bowed down by that. It's okay. As I mean, I thought in some way, and someone else did not perhaps think in that way. So that is all right. But we should always keep writing, trying our best, and never be, kind of comparing ourselves. Who's better? I mean, I did not get a prize this time, and someone else won. I mean, we should never bring such thoughts. My work is unique. That person's work is unique. And Dviti, as you asked, like what keeps me going, I mean, what makes me, inspires me to write is I'm a teacher, I'm a professor. So I see many students, many of my students, I deal with them on a daily basis, and they are different. Each one of them is different. Their talking style and their handwritings, everything is different. So I mean, when you see that, when I see them, I know some of them are toppers, some of them answer everything, some of them are backbenchers, some of them are not interested in engineering. So when I see that, I realize that each and every child is different, but all of them are expected to do the same thing: score above, distinction, score distinction, get a first class, and get a job. That's all. Expectation is always the same, though they are all different. So I kind of, and I have a kid too, a teenager. I know, I mean, his limitations and stuff. So I mean, the kids generally inspire me to write. Whenever I notice something someday, so I write a blog about that. And then I feel that if I write something, it gets published somewhere on any of the platforms. Even if one person reads that and kind of feels, okay, I should also treat my child differently. Maybe he is not good in something, but he is perhaps good in something else, or he let him be relaxed and live a good life. My job is done if I could inspire somebody like that. So children and women too, mothers-in-law, sisters-in-law, I mean colleagues, their little stories and gossip that they speak about during our lunchtime. So all that inspires me that if I could perhaps help them in some way, if they read something and say, yeah, maybe Preeti has helped us, maybe she thought like that, I could also do something like that. So I feel happy that way. That's what keeps me going. Families, women, children mainly, and little things in life.
Wonderful, ma'am. What is your say, Anupama, ma'am?
So I, of course, I agree with all that Preeti said. So I'll try to, talk from a different angle here. So, I know that it is a human tendency, as you said, to appreciate somebody's achievement, the hope, the positive aspects. But I always feel that, it is also important to know success stories and failure stories, to know about hope, but then also about what is not right in this world. So I think it's important to keep a balance in the sense that you cannot completely be in the positive world because it tends to make you oblivious to realities of life. And the thing is, every woman, I think her life is a balance of all of it. And as a part of my work, because I am into multiple lines of work, I write, there's entrepreneurship, and I've also been working closely with a lot of women as a part of my non-profit initiative as well. And I interact with so many of them. And I realize that, sometimes when we glorify these stories of success, or the inspiring stories, it can also have a negative repercussion at times on certain people who feel that, oh, I'm not able to live up to that. So there, I think Preeti made a very important point that, it is so important that the story should inspire. You shouldn't aspire to be that person. When we read a story, it shouldn't be that, okay, I aspire that I could be that person. Rather, we should take inspiration and bring out the best in our own selves. We should also understand that, yes, maybe someone has really, achieved a lot, which is wonderful, but I have my own set of challenges to deal with, and I'll try to, rise above them. So that's why I feel that it is very important to maintain a balance and hear all kinds of stories, know what is going on in the world, and try to spread joy then mutually. And I think sisterhood does that a lot. We cry together, we laugh together, we celebrate successes, we lament over something which has gone wrong. And hence I'm a very, very strong believer of women supporting women philosophy, which is why International Women's Day also means a lot to me, because the day is not just about celebrating achievements of women, but it is also about reminiscing so much that women have gone through, right, over the various generations. So yeah, that is my perspective on that. And coming to what keeps me going, this is something which a lot of people ask me, especially because I multitask a lot, and they're always like, how do you do this? And I think the only thing probably that keeps me going is my own passion, I think, towards life in general. I think that drive that you have from within to add value to your own being, I guess that keeps me going. Of course, there are times when everybody would feel low, or sometimes you're in that mode where you kind of feel that I don't think I'm doing the right thing, or I don't even know what I'm doing. So I think in such cases, friends do keep me going a lot. Even my friends over here, Meera knows, Meera and I are 2 a.m. friends. We sometimes just, when everybody is sleeping, we are awake and we just chat quickly, and kind of, it's uplifting. My own daughter, who is now 6-year-old, I know my introduction mentioned 5 because that is from slightly few months back, but yeah, she's now 6, and she keeps me going so much, because when I look at her, she keeps reminding me of my own responsibilities as a woman. The responsibility of giving a better world to her, because children, I think they don't deserve the world that we are giving them, and it is also our responsibility to do better, be better for them also, because if we want to raise a generation, who are much more, say, empathetic or sensitive and sensible, it's important for us to also be those kind of people, those kinds of people. So yeah, I think even she keeps me going a lot. My students keep me going, so I'm also a mentor, and even like Preeti said, interacting with so many kids. They are so energetic. The perspective they give you about life, in general, I think, yeah, all of them, keep me going. So yeah, that's what I would say about that.
Lovely, ma'am. And Meera, ma'am, I would like to know your ideas about the same.
Hi, Dwiti. Thank you for this opportunity. You and Vijay Lakshmi. Preeti, Anu, do I need to say hi? And here's a virtual hug to all of you. And thank you so much. You both spoke that something all of us actually relate to. And Dwiti, I need to tell this. Preeti has been so humble, so grounded by telling that she looks at me as a role model along with Anupama. So do I say thanks a ton? Thanks a ton for that. So this is what, like when we were talking about the normal human tendency to, how do we look at success stories, or how do we relate to that, and how do we, what do we say, motivated, the hope or the faith and all the elements, if we have to put it in one bucket. This virtual world, right? This virtual world, which I'm talking about, FB, and typically related to writing or the storytelling community, actually got me so many people, about whom I used to earlier read outside the circle. I used to read about Anupama, during my working days. And I'm like, Anupama Damya. So she's written something in Women's Web. I just go check it out and come. I did mention this to her as well, Anu, you remember. And then Preeti Warrior, I came to know about her to another writing community. And you don't know what, like Anu said, we speak, it's not middle of the night, especially, even the vampires would be sleeping at that point of time. And that's when we would be I don't know what kind of a shift that you would associate this to. The graveyard shift, even the graveyards, even if there's any dead, what do I call the ghost, even they would be sleeping at that time. And that time I'm, Anu, what are you doing? And immediately, I see her online and she replies, what are you doing? And Preeti, the phone and we've spoken also around 1 o'clock. Remember, Preeti?
Yeah, I remember.
So, actually gave it's a normal human tendency that every child or human would like to be appreciated. See, when you're in the school and when the child says, when the teacher gives a chocolate to a child, or she just says, hey, you did it really well. Can you see the twinkle in those two eyes, literally? So the child likes to be appreciated. So Meera also likes to be appreciated. And when I got those appreciation, for the work which I enjoyed doing it, I was like, oh, I found my, what do I say? I found my fraternity. And that's when I really related to birds of same feather flock together. I mean, it need not be, the birds of white color feather will sit only with the white birds or, blue and nothing like that. So our ideas and it's being simple and grounded. So I really felt that, and every day I read the success stories. Preeti, she's talking about 100 stories. She loves spoiling them. Dwiti, I think you will not be surprised that every week in at least 3 to 4 platforms, her name will be on the top. See, Anu is nodding her head.
Yeah, and I'm amazed at her consistency and also the dedication. I mean, it's really hats off, Preeti.
Thank you so much.
Beyond the Box or Meera's platform, every week I think somewhere Preeti has won something. So
she is there.
Oh, thank you.
So really, this is a success story which we are talking about. And at the same time, sometimes when I don't see her name elsewhere, Preeti, you know what message you would get, right, from my end?
Yeah.
Are you alive? What happened?
Are you alive? Where are you?
And immediately she was like, so much of work is going on, Meera. I need to talk to you. And that's it. I don't know for what we actually got, but we would have gone on and on at least for an hour, Preeti. This was back. 2 weeks back. So, that we're talking about failures, it's the experiences. And Anu knows, around 1 a.m., Anu, I'm bugged up. I don't know, maybe kya karna hai. She's like, Jaki soch. So these are all very, 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 very little things, right? You can, Dwiti, you can just consider me like I'm sitting in a pre-KG. And what would a pre-KG child say? Give me chocolate, and if you didn't give me chocolate, I will cry. And next day when you give me 2 chocolates, I'll be so happy. So that's a kind of a small life I'm just leading and happy with it, Because these are guys who are, making things happen, be it Maya Katha or Let's Make Stories. So if a story is happening with me, I love creating this platform, and these are the people who have actually been acting on that platform. So it's all because of them. That's it. So this is a success story I relate to. Or kya? That's all I can think of.
Wow.
Yeah, I think collaborative success, I just to add to what Meera said, that, this collaborative success of rising together is something which I also completely relate to. I feel that, there is no fun in rising alone. And there is so much of fun in just flying together. And yeah, that I completely
Exactly. Jyoti, I know you want to ask next question, but since Anu is
Jyoti must be like, they are not stopping now.
Yeah. It's
Anu,
I don't know when
you don't know about us.
Currently, my cheeks are feeling so much, and I'm so glad to have you all with me. Seriously, thank you so much for being here.
So you would have timed it for some, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. We will ensure from our end, we will use TikTok schedule.
So next time, we're going to plan a 30-minute session when people like me and Meera especially are, I think, on the panel. Preeti, I guess, is still, a bit measured with her words, but I think we can go on and on.
And I know sure after this call,
I need to be
after this call. I'll tell you one thing, okay? This could be a presupposition, but a presupposition with some facts and experiments in the past. After the call, Anu will rush for yet another call. She might have her students waiting for. And
Oh my God, she's so right that I have a session after this one.
and after this call, you know, the time the live ends, before I can go and check into the FB if it's gone live, I will get a call from Preeti, Meera. Or it would be Meera would be calling Preeti. है ना, Preeti?
True.
So this is the way that we connect. So what do I say? Yeah, collaborative success Anu was talking about. Couple of years back, you know, like when we talk about success or events, I might take part in some event. Remember in the school days, a child might give her name or his name in the staff room and run it down. He or she might not tell, because I know what is your strength, I know what is the other person's strength. If I give her name over there, I might lose my chance of winning or even getting a special mention. I don't know if we have a special mention. Participation certificate, which is precious than first rank and the second rank. You know, it happens. So, but today it is not like that. You know, for example, if I see some event coming in, and I think sometimes I feel the tag as an option was exclusively made. I just go about tag. Because, for example, I know, okay, she might come. And Anu, she's really busy, but still I would tag her. And she sees Meera has tagged it, she's going to tag another 10 people because they will take what she knows. You know, without speaking, we have at least, you know, we connect mentally because of that comfort, and we respect each other's that boundary, right? And today, if we have to talk about success or taking part in writing events or any storytelling events, you might come across 15 to 20 or even 50 to 100 people who are the same people in all the pages. That's because when one takes part, when one gets to hear about an event in this, for example, Beyond the Box, I will tag Preeti. Preeti will tag another person. And when Preeti comes to know about something happening in Let's Make Story, she will tag. These are all. So we rise together. You know, like Anu was telling, we celebrate each other's success, and today we have reached that mental. How do I'm not getting the exact. I might be Anu or Preeti might help me with that comfort. You know, mentally, I'm okay with the zone what I'm living in. It's not about running behind for the names. It is like getting associated, you know, embracing each other's experiences. Because we're learning from each other. We never thought we would get into this, right? When I was working as a teacher, I never thought I would do all these things. That's yet another story. But yeah, this is the way we connect success, collaborative success, to rise together.
Very true.
Yeah.
A beautiful message on Women's Day special episode that we're having, and it's wonderful hearing all your views and ideas about the same. So, talking about celebrating Women's Day has been very popular these days, and in comparison with 15 years or 10 years before. And what are your ideas about, and what do you think about the same?
You know, honestly, a few days back, in fact, I had also made a Facebook post that, you know, somehow it is good that it is celebrated more and, you know, it's kind of become popular. But the problem is there are very few people who actually know the history of Women's Day and why it is celebrated in the first place. And it has somehow become only about Women's Day offers and discounts. The parlor person will call that, okay, you know, like this is this offer for you, and, you know, there is this. Which is okay. I mean, we are all ready for good discounts, and, you know, like, I mean, but the point is, the true meaning of celebrating this day is not just to have one day when, you know, we are saying all nice things about women. So that is a certain, you know, I think, I mean, I feel that somehow this this thing of becoming more popular, it has a flip side to it. I feel that, yeah, I mean, you know, it's not somehow the awareness truly that isn't as much as I would have liked personally. But having said that, I think it's good that, you know, it initiates a lot more conversations, and at least people are talking about it. Some of them make an attempt to know, you know, like, okay, why at all was it needed in the first place? What's the history? You know, what the struggles and how it is now. it initiates a lot of things in that sense. So yes, I think that's a good side. But yeah, I really would like it if people can rise above just making it about one day. I think the true meaning of Women's Day is that we reach a situation in society when one day we don't have to have this kind of a day. Like where women are actually celebrated every day, in the sense that
Celebrated
we reach
365
that
days and not
true
one.
equality.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, when we are respected every day, when we have equal rights, when all the gender-based oppression. And the thing is, feminism also, it has evolved with times. Today it is about intersectional feminism, where it is not just about the women but all the marginalized communities. So I think a little bit of opening up in the mindset and being aware, I would really request everybody to do that. I think we all have a lot of learning to do, a lot of unlearning to do, because there's so much of conditioning about everything. So yeah, that's what I feel about Women's Day and the popularity that it has gained over the past few years, especially.
Preeti ma'am?
Yeah, as Anu said, it's very true that even I used to believe earlier that what is the point of celebrating just one day and forgetting about it for the rest of the year? I mean, but then there's one thing which I would like to add, that thanks to this March 8th coming as being celebrated as Women's Day, one or two thanks to basically the advent of social media and all these writing platforms and all that have come up, and all these forums and discussions. So, a week or a fortnight before the discussions actually start, and there are, contests, and there are many other platforms telling you to kind of contribute your stories and poems and stuff. That has increased a lot. So, I mean, just like the discussion over here, there are many more discussions going on. And even after maybe a week after Women's Day, also that kind of gets dragged on. So, I would say that, because of that, because there's so much of interaction going on, there's a lot of exchange of data now compared to what it was 15 years ago. 15 years ago, it was like it is Women's Day. Chalo, March 8th is Women's Day. Us in sab colleagues ko chocolate de do. College mein, I mean, we would have a dance or something. All students would celebrate. Ma'am, aaj aapke liye ye hai, wo hai. And then next day they would forget. But now I guess because of all these, especially, I mean, there's so much of awareness and so much of interaction going on, forums hai, discussions hai. So because of that, I guess the mindset is changing. I definitely feel, because one difference that I saw in my own life is 15 years ago when I had graduated and my parents were looking for an arranged marriage proposal and stuff. So at that time, I honestly tell you, I was kind of brought up, and many of my friends were brought up with the single idea that, yeah, you study, you get a degree, but get married. After you get married, we are relieved. So that is what they would say, okay, the degree is over. So now get the horoscope out, call up every other relative. Yeah, responsibility is done. Call up all relatives. Everybody would be talking about my marriage, my height, my this, and there will be proposals coming for every girl at that age. Ha, chalo, padhai khatam. Get a job if you want, but then if your husband is based somewhere else, you have to follow him like that. But now what I see is, honestly, I have my nieces, I have my younger cousins who are well past that age, when I was the marriageable age, like 25 used to be the target. 25 ke pehle everything should get over. But they are past 25 and they are still studying. Some of them are working, going for higher studies, experimenting. I have my nieces, and I'm an aunt now, but I never advise my niece that, and I'm not seeing it that way, that let her complete her studies and let her get married. Let us look for, it used to be like that, ours is a small community. So kahin to koi ladka hai, he's like 5 years elder. So let's see, let the horoscopes match and get married. It used to be like that, honestly. But now that has changed. Even my parents are not thinking that way. I mean, for their own granddaughter and all, who's in 12th standard now, they're not even talking about marriage. They're like, you study, you earn, you stand on your own feet. And then, you kind of decide, you be ready for marriage, and then you get married. Then we look for, and even about love marriages. That time it was a big, like shame, not shame, I would say. We used to be scared.
Taboo, right? It was
a taboo, really. Like, it was not very open. Now, even parents, my own parents, my aunts, and all, they have kind of, mellowed now. I guess it's thanks to all the discussions, and there's so many articles that people read. So somewhere down the line, I guess some, not fully, but some kind of gender equality and justice is now coming thanks to the celebration. Maybe because of all the hype and all that comes along with the celebration. Divorce, for that matter, used to be a huge taboo even 10 years back, I feel. But
even now it is in some way.
Yeah, it is there. Yeah, I agree. But it is improving. Situation is kind of improving. Ladies are feeling, okay, if this person is not treating us right, and perhaps if we are not compatible at all, maybe it's an option to move away. But at that time, I mean, when I had just graduated, it was not at all like nobody could even think of a divorce. Arey, divorce kaise ho gaya? So I guess thanks to all that, it's all because of all these platforms and more awareness, more articles, and more of reading, talking, interacting. I guess Women's Day, this March 8th, and all those 2 3 weeks associated with March 8th somehow helps somewhere. So it is good in one way to celebrate it also. Maybe we all feel that every day should be Women's Day, but for maybe some other people, this might be more helpful, right? So that is my opinion about celebrating Women's Day.
Meera ma'am?
Yeah, sure. Aptly said. I was, sure about Preeti coming up with this thing because we had a discussion on the same topic a couple of months. And as Anu also mentioned, okay, from my end, be it's on 8th of March or 9th of March or 7th of March, I would be celebrating with my vessels or doing the chores in the kitchen or running behind my dog. They run behind me. I run behind them, or be behind my child, or be behind the cats, or making those coffees back to back, or having those coffees back to back, working on it, and again, coming back in the middle of the night and messaging Anu, how is your day? This will continue irrespective of 8th of March or any other day. And like 15, like Women's Day, first time, when did I get to know? I was late to my office. And on the day, I was like, oh my God, I'm late. I see everybody, there on time. And I'm just, tiptoeing slowly because I'm 20 minutes, 30 minutes late. And on the desk, I see they left a message. It's okay. It's Women's Day today. That's the time. That's I got to know there was a rose and a chocolate over there. So I was like, okay, not bad. Every year on the 8th of March, we'll get a chocolate and a rose. That's the first thought came in my mind. And Women's Day, those days, why do I have to say those days? A couple of years back, it was like, pulling out all this ethnic wear from the cupboard and celebrate women sari or salwar. Then when I was thinking, no, womanhood is just not cocooned in a sari and a salwar alone. We need to appreciate being a woman in whatever attire you wear. So if it's 8th of March, doesn't mean that you have to be only in a sari or in a salwar. So these are why I'm sharing this, is because these are the things which I keep hearing when they say Women's Day. Okay, this is what we're going to celebrate. So every day is a normal day. Women's Day, we just give, this is my perspective. One day you're just giving for yourself. Like the whole week you work, and Saturday and Sunday something, or Sunday at least you take a break, for yourself and for the family. But there's lots to that because every day either we celebrate or we don't celebrate. So 8th of March, in a way, good, you get all these beauticians, from the parlors and all, you get a lot of discounts, or showroom, you get some discounts. Okay, that's all there. But I mean, it's very important. Being a woman, appreciate first yourself, then looking outside. Because if we look at our previous generation, someone from our mother or from the in-laws, that generation I'm talking about, many of them have not gone to the office. They always wanted to work, but in the name of marriage and then children, it was like a taboo, as you call it as. No, don't go to work because family is the first thing. Yes, family is of course the first thing, but those women who didn't give time for themselves, they have this kind of a feeling, oh my God, see today's generation, they take a handbag and they just walk, they leave the child in the daycare. Or they might say, I'm there to take care of your child, you keep going. So it's for those women also, to our grandmothers and to our mothers or aunts, please celebrate this day for yourself because you have done quite a bit. Yes, you have sacrificed quite a bit. That's how we are here. Doesn't mean you shouldn't be celebrating. So message or an experience, all have been contributing in some or the other way for that matter. We might be sitting here in front of the system, I might be sharing my experiences, you might be sharing your experiences, but there are still those women who work in a construction site or on the roads, it's something I don't know if they would appreciate about what they're doing. They might be feeling, oh my God, I don't have an opportunity like these people who are going in the bike and having their good time. So everybody are there in one zone where they have challenges as well to appreciate. So you have challenges, appreciate. So every day is a Women's Day. Appreciate yourself, look into yourself, because all of us have one good as well some learning So keep learning to appreciate what you have. So that's all I would say. Yeah.
So we all believe in like every day is a Women's Day. Let's celebrate every day as the Women's Day, and especially what you
Yeah.
mentioned, Meera, about grandmothers. I also have this experience. Like our grandmothers have actually sacrificed a lot, even our mothers probably, and so they really need to take a break and just relax and really enjoy their own lives and add a meaning to their own lives. And it's because of them that we're here. Very rightly said, ma'am.
Exactly. I mean, not like whether we're going to make an elaborate meal like they made it for us, not like the kind
Yeah.
of a child they gave us, can we give them in their old age? We can, but I don't know, in terms of, we can say in the words we can, but practically getting into the, on the job, it's a different ballgame. At least if you can make a cup of coffee to them and give it to them, sit next to them when they're talking something, hear what they want to say. That's a gift rather than responding with our own answers that you've done all these while. I think we should park those questions aside, listen to them, when they are telling. So that's an experience. So that is again a small gift, kutti gift we can give them. That's it. We don't pay anything. They are only giving us.
And all the women, like whatever they might be pursuing currently or doing, either they're working women or their wives or their homemaker or
Exactly.
mothers or grandmothers, or
Oh,
even doing, people, yeah, true. Like women consider themselves that I'm just doing this. I'm just a homemaker. I'm doing nothing else. But being a homemaker is in itself a huge
It's a
responsibility
huge
that's
response.
raising another generation. So yes, do celebrate yourself, everyone, every woman out there, and everyone
yeah.
else. Do please support them in celebrating themselves and adding
And
meaning to
Women's
their
Day
life.
is just not in the sari and the ethnic wear alone that
Ethnic
you
wear.
wear.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is just
it
not
can be
in
a,
that.
And
it
just
can be
to
a
add one point, on this
very
thing that I read a very interesting quote. I can't remember where and who wrote it, but I completely believe that there is no not working women. Every woman is a working
When
woman.
it's
It's just
working.
about whether you're
It's
paid
true.
for it or not.
Return or not.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, and that's why I feel that this new policy, if the government can actually, I know there have been talks about paying the homemakers, and many people are
Yes.
against that because they are like, no, why should we pay for what they do out of love? I mean, this thing of, oh, they do it out of love is what generations have used to make women, feel conditioned to, keep doing only that. I mean,
Exactly.
of course, it's a huge work, but I think, yeah, if there is somebody who is working on a policy to give them compensation for it, I'm all for it. Because, I keep telling my mom and my ML that the amount of work you do is like, I mean, if you actually equate it to money, it is loads. I mean, from A
yes,
to Z,
yes.
they're doing everything at home. So yeah, I think it's just that, every woman hence is a working woman because there's
Moment.
morning to
Absolutely.
night, we are all
Anu, I
doing
think you
something.
would. Anu would definitely laugh about this. We spoke about this. I'll tell this Preeti. Preeti also will know. When we used to work, like Anu was working, Preeti is working currently, and I was working in the organization, and monthly, getting around that 70,000 in the hand, or that money. Salary used to come, smile, and then it goes in income, inflow, everything, it's all directed. But today, when we are earning, when we get the 2 rupees and 5 rupees in Google Pay, I don't know how much work we're doing.
Oh God, this reminds me of my post also, which I had made once. That even the 5 rupees on the Google Pay is like, oh wow, I got something.
Because family members ask me, remember you were earning good money? That was really good. And I've never seen you jumping that you got a salary. I know you might have jumped, but this 5 rupees, the twinkle in your eyes, I've never seen that in my life when you
True.
were earning. So, the kind of work relating to the work which Anu and I are doing, some people have actually asked us, who might be making 30 to 40,000 in a month. I'm like, okay, never mind. आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर ऐसा हो जाए तो कोई बात नहीं, but it's not, because our love for writing, or my love for being connected with people through the words is what actually made me create this Maya Katha or Let's Make Story along with the people. It's not just my work. Along with the people is what we have created this. So we're doing so much, and when we see the homemaker's life, it's beyond that, out of syllabus. There's nothing in the syllabus. Everything is out of the syllabus. So first we have to say, yes, I'm a homemaker, rather than, no, I'm just a homemaker. I think that's something I feel people should feel good about, when they're telling about what they do.
Yeah, rightly said, ma'am. So the feeling of sisterhood is widespread currently. And what is that one message that you would want to give to all the women out there?
One message, actually, like I even said earlier, that sisterhood is something which I very strongly believe in. And, I feel that together, I said that somewhere else also today in another, interview, that I truly believe that together, women are an unstoppable force. And there's lots we can do together. Individually, we may have our own challenges, or things that may bog us down. Sometimes we may not find courage for certain things, but the moment we know that we have the support system, it is such a different thing altogether. Like, I have interacted with women personally who have very difficult situations on the home front. It could be in-laws related or husband related, but having this circle of female friends, the women friends that they have, it gives them a different kind of energy, encouragement, motivation, and all of that. So I think the only message I want to give the women is that, let's be together, let's support each other, and together we truly can bring about a difference, I'm sure, which maybe generations later, probably, yeah, we might see the impact of that. But yeah, I think this togetherness and being there for each other is so important. And it can, I feel that, in fact, even today, whatever changes have come about, I think a lot of it has happened because of this sisterhood. So yeah, that's all I want to say. And one more message I just want to give to all the women is, please shed any kind of, this superwoman, or I don't know what all the terms that society is coming up with. It's all, according to me, it's all nonsense, to be very honest. I'm really sorry, but I know people call me also superwoman, and it's fine. But I think this tendency to view women as, putting them on a pedestal, glorifying them, it is just doing nothing to us, right? I think just be yourself. You are a human with your strengths, your flaws, and just embrace yourself the way you are. Of course, we all need to keep evolving as people, but don't take any of this load that, the society comes up with, because I think guilt often stops us from bringing out the best in us. So yeah, please shed the motherhood guilt or the womanhood guilt and all of that. Just be what you are. And I think spend time with yourself to just know, the more you discover yourself, you will realize that life becomes so much more beautiful, so spend that time for self-discovery. That's all I would like to say.
Wow. Thank you so much. Preeti ma'am?
Yeah, exactly as Anu said, that's exactly what I want to say. See, there is no perfect mother, perfect daughter, or perfect wife. That word perfect does not exist. There's no definition for perfect, You are a wife, you are a mother, you are whatever you are, it's okay, but there's no perfection. And another thing I say that, please don't judge yourself or anyone else. If I dress traditionally, I wear a sari, I wear salwar kameez and bindi, I'll be called a behenji, I'll be, people label as she's not smart enough. So next day, to please someone, if I start wearing very trendy clothes and I feel I'll suddenly become smart for them, they'll still judge you, honestly speaking. And then if you're working late hours and you're busy with your work, there might be some people in the extended family who might say she doesn't spend any time with the family. The child is, kind of getting pampered at the hand. He's not being brought up properly because the mother is always busy. So what do? You just leave your job and you say, okay, I'll be a homemaker now. You think they will be very happy. Again, you'll be judged. You'll be made to feel guilty about that also. You're not earning now. Now who will look at the expenses? Whatever you do, there will be people who will find faults with you, honestly. And that's another thing. As soon as you shed tears, one day you might just break down. You feel, I honestly believe we don't become weak by weeping. Tears don't make you weak. It's all right. Some days you might feel low. Something might terribly go wrong. Weep. It's absolutely okay. And and there's a kind of feeling that excel at everything you do. You win over here, you do your work, you go to office, you return, you cook your food, and you kind of teach your child. And at the end of the day, I'm a very strong woman. People would say that doesn't exist, honestly. What is the definition of a strong or smart woman? Just be yourself. That is exactly as Anu said. I feel that if you kind of heal yourself, you feel happy that day without hurting someone else intentionally, without bothering much about others. And end of the day, if you're able to smile and be happy and go to sleep peacefully, you are a strong woman. Who tells you to excel everywhere? It's okay to fall at times. That's what I want to say, that you are a woman, you're doing too much already. It's okay. Don't take everything personally and don't compare yourself with anyone. Everyone is different. People have different challenges. What you see on the social media, you might feel ki my friend went abroad for a vacation. Every year she goes abroad. I'm not able to go. These kind of things happen, you know. People
Yes.
discuss. She wears good jewelry. She wears good clothes. Her husband buys her clothes. Her in-laws are very rich. Don't have such feelings. It's all right to be, normal self. Be happy and go to sleep peacefully. Wake up, do your job. Enough. You are doing very good as a human being and as a strong woman. That's what I would want to tell everybody. Really.
Exactly, Preeti, exactly. Tonight, we are definitely having a call. I'm sure
Yeah.
about that. So you were asking about sisterhood, right, Dviti? How Anu, Preeti, and I are connected. It's all that sisterhood. Till date, we met each other, but even the first video call, we never wanted to adjust. We never wanted to adjust the background. We didn't bother about what is lying behind, whether it's a laundry or a beautiful tower of vessels. Nothing we bothered. Till date, we have not bothered. And thanks to this 2020 lockdown also, wherein we have been connecting with the way we are. Coming to another one. When you are when you're driving on, it's a hill drive, you know. Would you go on the fourth gear or in the second gear? You would go on the second gear. You know that, right? So this is do I say a message or an experience? Not always you can go on the third or the fourth gear. You have to pause. You have to go slow. So might be because all are in different zones. Because this social media, which has actually brought in the concept of sisterhood together, the chain, there's a flip side of it, like Preeti highlighted about it. She has gone on vacation, or this person has won the label, in this particular community, writing community. I haven't contributed, I haven't done it. No, all of us are traveling in a different zone, but we are in touch with each other through a chain, right? And this chain is the one which helps us bonded, whatever distance, whether you're sitting on earth or on Pluto, you're sitting on Mars or Venus or wherever, there is a chain that is connected, right? And we could relate the chain to the soul connect or whatever you want to name it. Sometimes I'm finding difficult to bring that particular word which can describe. So I can just put it in a visual perception that like it's a connect. It's a connect which we are connected with each other. So like shedding, like Anu knows. I'm being very open today in this live platform. I wish to say I've shared with Anu also, like Anu, I feel like crying. Anu. That's the kind of that's kind of a connect or the relationship that we carry with each other. It's not like I haven't met Anu, I cannot talk to her about anything. We have been interacting for the last 2 years, I, Preeti, and all. We share so many things, as in it's not always personal things. Sometimes we are like, I don't know why I'm doing what I am doing. Do I really have to do that? And you know what? That time they don't say anything. They only listen. Okay, you're doing this, you're doing that. What do you think now next? Take a break. Take some break and come back. Or they won't even say that. Anu will listen to whatever rants. Anu, this is something I want to do. What do I do? I in fact share that calendar and schedule with her. She knows what is my calendar and schedule. And then she will say, "Oh my God, mine is also the similar state." And there's something, there's something, like ऐसा नहीं है कि ये भी नहीं कर रही, वो भी नहीं कर रही है. When you're in a circle, all of us are in different zones. Some might be doing lots of things. It's very important that we need to pause. So when we talk about sisterhood helps us in being connected. At the same time, we have to be ready to see the challenges what everybody, because superficially what you see, like the tip of the iceberg, you cannot. I mean, that's something which you can relate to, right? But when it goes deeper and deeper, we have to think at the root level. Not everybody would speak at the root level. And it's all about how we are connected, what we share. And very, very, very important thing is taking pauses. That's one. And one more thing about the womanhood and the fashion of being modern, it's very important that I wish to state. Always going with the open hair is not about being modern. It's not about somebody who, you tie your hair, you plait your hair, is a behenji. No. So that's a kind of a labeling which we have given. And this sisterhood in social media, we are connected beyond all these things. That's exactly what, we have been appreciating each other the way we look. We have been appreciating each other the way they carry themselves. It is not with the attire what you have worn today. We among three of us, you will definitely see that we repeat what we wear, even when we go for a live. So it's something like a travel beyond all those things, Dviti. It's a connect that we have established. And what else do I say? Yeah, we don't believe in those who think about labeling a woman, labeling someone fashionable, or labeling someone modern, matlab aisa ho, traditional, matlab aisa kuch. It's all in the thoughts is what we are connected together. The sisterhood. And it was a hi from Kavita Panayam. Hi, Kavita. Thanks for joining.
Hi, Kavita. Good to see you. Thank you for joining.
So would anyone like to take
And
up the
best
question?
wishes to her.
I saw the question from Kavita. I'm not sure if I understood it exactly, but I mean, I'm just assuming probably that by mob behavior, if she means a mob mentality, maybe. So, I mean, if I have understood your question correctly, Kavita, I think that, it's important not just for women, but every person to be very objective and to have their own thought process. So basically, what I feel that each individual should do their research, should read. There's so much information out there. So spend some time to be aware. Listen to other perspectives. I think yes, even that is important because even I am not the same as I was many years back. Today I admit that yes, there was a time I also made fun of LGBTQ because I was not having an understanding of it when I was in my colleges, and today I'm an ally. So what I'm trying to say is that be it a woman or man, anybody, I think it's very important to hear to whatever anybody is sharing and what all of that, but we need to have our own thought process at the end of it, and getting influenced can of course go two ways. So I think the best way to go to handle that for women, because she's asking about women, is to be objective. I think just listen to everything, read everything, and then from your own judgment form an opinion, and also realize that you also can be wrong. I mean, that honesty to self, that yes, sometimes I may have a wrong opinion or thought process about something. Maybe with time, sometimes we change, or we see another perspective. So be open to learning. I think that's important for every individual. So I am not sure, Kavita, if I understood your question correctly, but yeah, that's what I feel.
Thank you, ma'am. And I hope, and thank you, Kavita Panyam, for your question. So we're going to wrap this up now. And it's been wonderful having you guys. And literally, this has been the most amazing episode we've had. And we'll be actually celebrating it. So I'm really happy and glad and honored to have you over here. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting
Thank
us.
you.
I had so much fun.
Same.
Yeah.
It was an absolute pleasure. You were a wonderful host, Riti, and it was a pleasure to share space with Meera and Preeti, two women who are wonderful, whom I really love and
Thank
admire.
you.
No, truly, I mean it. I mean, somehow when people tell me ki, oh, it is oh, it's such an honor, and I feel that, no, yaar. I mean, I actually, you don't know that I get inspired by so many people too. It's just that, sometimes we don't get chance to express. So yeah, I'm using this opportunity to tell you, Preeti, that I do admire you and I really love
Thank
you
you
for
so
the person
much.
you are.
Oh, we
You're
spoke
so
about
humble.
We spoke about you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and today
And I
definitely
spoke
all of us are going to have a call for sure, like Meera said.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks
so
a
much.
ton.
Thank you.
And thanks to Vijay Lakshmi
So
for this
to all the
opportunity.
viewers and the audience
Thank you,
today.
Vijay Lakshmi. Yes. Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
Vijay Lakshmi.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So to all the viewers viewers and the audience today, thank you for joining today. And do tune in with our another episode also. We'll be back another week with our another guest. And till then, stay safe and take care. And this is Dwati for the Weekend Conversations by the Eternal Quest in association with the Ahmedabad Book Club. And we were celebrating Women's Day. And a message out to all the women: please do, be proud of wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're doing. Just celebrate your own self. Even if it's in pajamas with a cup of coffee, just celebrate. So thank you so much. Thank you. It was wonderful having you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Keep
Bye.
Bye.